guys. The Crown is a month away. The Crown is a single month away. There's just a single month until the real life actual end conclusion of the selection series. We just have 30 days until I get to add another book to this. Earth will rotate 30 days before I internally combust. Wait, actually it's gonna be 29 because remember, you got the digital pre-order, you know? Oh, yeah. So you're gonna be reading it at midnight, and I really hope you don't have work on May the 3rd because you're gonna be sleepy. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, really, honestly, you're gonna have like 28 days of sleep. You don't sleep. You never sleep, Laura. Like, when do you sleep? Yeah, I don't sleep at all, ever. Like, at all, actually. There was a point. So since there's just a month left before this series like ends for reals, you're gonna see a lot more selection videos from me, probably like 4 or 5 I have planned. If you don't like the selection, just ignore all these videos for me, and if you don't want to be spoiled, do not watch this video, but I'll like label the other ones whether they're spoilery or not, just because like at this point I'm not filtering myself because it's been out for so long. I can't really not spoil it. Sorry, like this book series is such a part of me that like it's just a part of my DNA at this point. And if you do like this section and you're not following my Tumblr, like why aren't you? Because it's phenom and I'm just complete trash, okay? But yeah, there's just 30 days before we find out how Edelyn chooses her heart and whether America has her heart attack and how Aaron figures it out between his heart and his country. Basically, there's just like a lot of heart questions if my heart doesn't explode before then. I was looking at the dates and I was looking at the times. I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this like 1 month before the Crown video. And then I looked at the calendar. I'm like, that's in 2 days. I'm just like running out of time. I thought there was so much more time, and there's not more time. And now I have to get this up because there's a month and the Crown, guys. I'm a wreck. That's all you really need to know. So I've been in this fandom for like a dang long time. Like June 18th, 2012, I finished this book. I remember specifically sitting in our parlor on our white couch, finishing this dang book and saying end of book 1. And I'm like, great, another series. Like, remember when we thought this was like a trilogy? Like, I went to the 1 release date on the day the 1 came out, and I'd stayed up till like 5:30 in the morning to read the end of the 1, and then I was writing a letter to Kira because I was meeting her that day. Remember when we thought that was the real thing? That was the real deal, real end? And then like 2 weeks later, she announces that there's gonna be a novella, The Queen. Okay, cool, that's like short, that's a prequel, we can handle that. Then like a month later, she's like, oh yeah, I'm writing 2 more book series. I'm like, what? She kept that hidden from us? She just was like, oh, surprise, bitch, you thought you'd seen the last of me. It's not anything she would ever say, come on. I'm talking a lot. Yeah, so I've been in this fandom for a dang long time, and I've been on Tumblr for like almost 4 years on that account, and I've been on Twitter, and then I made an Instagram, and now I just like make like America's Singer videos, so I think that's just who I am now. So yeah. Sorry, like this is just insane because it's ending and I don't know what to say. I just have not come to terms yet that this series is like for real is ending. Like how do you do that with a series that you followed each book to book and been so involved in the fandom? It's been so much a part of my life for so long. I can't figure out how to explain my love for this series besides the fact that it tethered me to something when my life was all sorts of topsy-turvy through friendships and relationships and things ending and up and down, graduating from college and not really sure where I was gonna go from there, and finding people that supported me through all of that. I'm really saying goodbye to Ilya and Maxon and America and Lucy and Aspen, and my heart is just so confused about this. So finally, to the point of this video, I just want to talk about like 5 things that I like hope are like cleared up in the Crown, and that's 5 things because it's the 5th book and that's what's gonna happen. But truthfully, like actually analyzing to thinking about like what's gonna end up happening in this book, I can't figure it out. For the 1, I was able to separate in my mind and separate the 3 different options that America could take if she was the one making the choices in the 1 of whether she would pick Maxon and Aspen or her own self, and I like wrote a really good blog post about it. I'll link all 3 of those below. But for this, I can't figure out 1 because like Edelyn has 1,000 suitors, and 2, it's not just about who she'll pick but also about the country. I have no clue, guys. I can't theorize, I can't analyze, I can't even close my eyes because it keeps me up at night, okay? Because I'm assuming the Crown isn't just about who she wants as her husband, but whether she wants to have and to hold her country. It's titled The Crown and about whether she'll take it on or not. She's not wearing the crown on the cover of the Crown, which I've actually grown to love. The color hit me first out of all the things I saw on the cover. The color hit me, the color stayed with me, and I've grown to love it. So I think not wearing the crown is important. A lot of people are like, she's not even wearing a crown. She's not wearing a crown because I don't think she's gonna pick the crown. Also, honestly, Caden would be better suited for the crown. He's like 14 or something, right? Okay, first, let's talk guys. Front runners, because that's what's obvious and they've gotten the most screen time. So we have Kyle and Eric. So we got Keatlin and Edric going on. Before the air, I didn't really follow all the things of like all the suitor lists being named and all of that, and realizing that that was Kyle Woodward. So I didn't know until the book told me that. But I got a lot more Edric vibes from this book. Like, he's not in this section. He's not one of the suitors. And I think through that impossible love, that's how they're gonna figure out. So I just got this huge like Edric vibe from reading this book without caring about the ships. I still don't care about the ships. Like, I only care about Edelyn being shipped with Happiness and burnt marshmallows. So, because she's a burnt marshmallow. She's hard and crusty on the outside, but a goofy, fluffy ball of fun on the inside. But then we got some honorable mentions, so guys that have gotten screen time, but we haven't really found that connection yet. So we have Hadelin with Hale they got the first date together, but there's not really much more depth to that. And then we have Henry, who there's a whole language barrier, but that mirrors the language barrier that's Kinley and Kaelin have in the Siren, so Hedelin could be a thing, and they've actually kissed. And then we have Ian with Edelyn, so Edelyn, and he's proposed a really interesting offer for a woman who hasn't wanted this selection. But if things are supposed to change like she wanted at the very end of the book, where she's like, I'm gonna have a ring on my finger by the end of this, I want to find that love that my father has for my mother, etc., then she may not choose Ian. And then we got Fox, so Fedelin, is that their ship name? But she promised that if he was in the top 3, so she's kind of like planning ahead a little, like if he gets to the top 3, they're gonna go to the beach, so that could be cute. The real ship of this book should be Cox, Kyle, and Fox. Think on that ship name a little bit. You'll get it, you'll get what I'm saying. I'm absolute trash, I'm trash. But really, who knows? So far as that goes, some more like Ketelin kissing scenes would be great. Do not imagine them kissing while listening to Treacherous by Taylor Swift, because your life will end. Don't do it. I swear, do not do it. You will just have feelings. Okay, like, disclaimer. Some illegal kissing with Eric would be fabulous. Oh my gosh, if she just could give up the crown and they put together like a constitutional monarchy to appease the citizens of Alea, and then Caden could be king, and then Edric can go live in Swendway, that'd be beautiful. Next, America's heart attack. Okay, I could see it going, yes, she has a heart attack and she dies, because if you consider that this book came out of the Virginia Tech shooting and it was Kara Cass's way of dealing with the grief and the stress and the sadness after that hitting her community, it either could be she lets America die because she realizes that she can move on and be strong without her, or she can't because of the strong feeling she has attached to this character. So I really don't know. I just want it to be resolved. Third, I want this back of the book quote teaser to be explained. What is it? It's a selection can only have one winner, a princess only has one heart. This was spoiled on Tumblr. I don't know how legitimate it is. The book's been printed, it's real, so we probably will find that image soon. But can the selection have a winner if it's not the man? Can Edelyn be the winner of her own selection? And of course she only has one heart, and America went straight from being a lady to a queen, so it's not talking about her unless we're talking about Princess Camille, but that's like kind of like reaching a little bit. 4, I want the Shreve kids and the Woodward kids to know about the past. How do they not know about the crazy Max, Erica, Asperica love triangle? How do they not know that Marley was in the selection? Like, how do they censor that much for their kids when they've unveiled all these other documents? Like Kara Cass mentioned that like they've returned Harry Potter to the world or something crazy like that. But public history that's only like 20 years old isn't. It just sounds so fake. Or the fact that the dang women's room was renamed after the strongest woman that America's Singer has ever known. Like, how do they not know about Celeste Newsome? Like, that's also in the public record. Like, you could totally look up all the members of the selection because it was televised. That's just the biggest plot hole. Like, I know they wouldn't want to talk about like the crazy, oh yeah, like General Ledger and I used to make out in the treehouse. Like, I know that'd be awkward to have a conversation about, but some things they should know. IDK, it just feels a lot like the Shadowhunter TV show where the Lightwood kids have no clue that their parents were in the circle, but that's the whole point. They're there instead of in Idris, and that's why they're in charge of Hodge, because Hodge did not turn himself in before the fight. I digress. 5, I want to know the future of the country. I want to know and feel resolved that like either the casts are going to be put back in place if people want that, or there's going to be a presidential or constitutional monarchy. Like, I want resolution for not just the characters that we know and love, but for the whole country, because that's always kind of the part that's been skimmed over in the book. So like knowing how society's set up now. But then I also want to know about Aaron's future. I think that his running away to France with Camille was supposed to be a bigger, like, shocking revelation, and it just didn't hit me or resonate with me. I was like, oh yeah, like he followed the woman he loves because he realized that he can't stay here with Edelyn, who doesn't support him. Like, that's totally like a Maxon thing he do. He's so his father's son in every single way. I completely get and understand that. Like, I'm not confused by that. I just was like, yep, that's totally in character. So hopefully I made some like comprehensible like points in this video. I don't really know, because you can see I'm just like a whole bunch of nerves and like problems. I don't know how to be ready for this. How do you do this thing that I call life and reading? What are you saying? You're not saying any words that make any sense, and this is just when you know you should stop filming. Guys, guys, it's ending. What? I'll leave on this. I really prepared myself for the one being the ending. I anticipated being a trilogy. I knew what to expect. Now this has been like 2 years where I knew that the 5th book was coming, but I knew it, but I didn't understand what that meant for me and for my life. I didn't prepare myself for this. I did not prepare for myself for this day, and now I only have like a month to prepare instead of the 2 years that Kira Cass gave me, and I did not use that time well. She has me whipped. Kira Cass has me whipped. That's what's up. That's what you need to know. This video is crap. I'm supposed to edit it in 1 day. My name's Laura, this has been Bookies and Cookies. I post videos on Sundays and Saturdays with book reviews on Thursdays, and I love each and every one of you. I hope you never forget it, and remember to appreciate your series while they last, because you never know when they'll end, except I've known that this book series was ending for like the past 2 years, and I just didn't prep myself. Bye guys, thanks. Just part of the process. Look over my notes. The real ship of this book. Shh. Is that my cat? Hopefully I could get them there. Rude. Got a jumper. Got a jumper. We're just gonna. Okay. This video is a wreck. This video is such a wreck. Ah!